Welcome back to Market on Close. We continue our coverage of the many new ways to buy Bitcoin. Rachel Aguirre, head of U.S. iShares product at BlackRock, home of the IBIT fund, freshly approved as well, joins us. Rachel, thanks for being on the show again.
Thanks so much for having me.
Okay, first tell us about the structure of the fund. I know you guys made some changes to the cost as well, so just establish all the basics for us.
Absolutely. So in terms of the product itself, the iShares Bitcoin Trust, or what we like to refer to as IBIT, seeks to track the price of spot Bitcoin, and it's available for a fee of 25 basis points to investors. Now, as of today, investors will actually pay 12 basis points for the first year, up to $5 billion in assets.
Oh, wow. All right, so we talked Kathy Wood the other day. She said up to $1 billion, so you guys are going to stretch it even more with the discount up to $5 billion or 6 months. The price was, the report I saw from Bloomberg, it was even higher before. So you guys discounted it once or twice?
Well, here's the thing that investors are really going to be looking for in this product is quality. More than anything else, investors are going to be looking at the performance of the product, and they're going to be looking at the market quality of the product, spreads, liquidity, how much does it cost to trade? So more than just the fee, investors are really focused on the overall performance and market quality of these ETFs.
And even with the fee, you guys are definitely on the low end here right now. So affordable compared to peers. When do you think we'll have enough trading to assess the fundamental characteristics, the trading characteristics that you're talking about, spreads, liquidity, et cetera?
Well, today is just day one. We're really excited about what we've seen in terms of trading today. It's gone really well. It's been incredibly orderly. We've seen a lot of trading volume go through. IBIT traded more than $1 billion today on the secondary market exchange. So really incredible, the highest volume that we saw through new issuers today of spot Bitcoin ETFs.
Wow. So the money's coming in pretty quick. Given that it was the trust prior, there was already kind of an established audience, I would think, for this. How do you kind of gauge where flows are coming from? Do you know who's been interested in it?
Well, it's really interesting. We're so excited about what today represents, because what IBIT is bringing is a lot of what we love about ETFs to the world of crypto and digital assets. And we really believe there are three key tangible benefits that IBIT brings to investors. The first is access. With IBIT, investors can access Bitcoin in their traditional brokerage accounts now, right alongside equities and bonds and other investments. You know what that's going to do? That's going to increase transparency for investors because they can now see the entirety of their investment portfolio together. We think that's a good thing for investors. The second thing IBIT is bringing is convenience. We all know the headaches of hot wallets, cold wallets, passwords, right? And so IBIT is bringing a really convenient way, lifting those operational burdens off of investors. And then the final thing, the third thing is quality. This really matters. iShares has more than 20 years of experience as the world's largest ETF provider. So IBIT is bringing that same institutional grade technology, that same professional risk management to IBIT as it has to our more than 1,300 ETFs around the globe.
In terms of like the ease of doing it, how is it easier than like if I wanted to buy a MicroStrategy or a trust before? I mean, that's all visible in my portfolio, my 401k, or any other publicly traded Bitcoin miner or something.
Well, we really believe that the transparency that this is going to bring with the ETF structure in particular is pretty incredible. Now investors can access Bitcoin in a convenient structure in an ETF in existing traditional brokerage accounts, including, for many, tax-advantaged accounts. So we're very excited about the convenience and the access that this is creating.
Guess what I'm trying to figure out is like, who's the new customer? Like who that has interest in crypto that didn't have interest in buying a Bitcoin miner, didn't have interest in buying a trust, or didn't have interest in buying Coinbase? Who's that marginal buyer that says, oh, now that it's in this new wrapper, which is admittedly cheap and very liquid for ETFs, but do they not make those decisions based on their risk tolerance and things like volatility in the asset, which I don't know, would that change in an ETF?
Well, all of those things must be considered before an investor considers a allocation to Bitcoin, whether that be directly or in an ETF structure. So that absolutely remains the same. But what the ETF is bringing is quality, it's bringing access, and it's bringing convenience for those investors who don't want to deal with the operational burdens of storage, of passwords, of all of that tax reporting that comes with holding it directly. And for those investors who want to be able to hold it within those more traditional structures, including ETFs.
Sure, that makes sense. That instead of being on a crypto exchange or something, that you're going to have a lot more kind of readiness. I feel like the other thing that I hear a lot of from the crypto community right now. I'm going to read you something I thought was kind of funny and amusing. I've been describing it as the grandma trade. I keep hearing from crypto bulls that they are going to be getting calls from their advisors. Literally, yesterday, the Valkyrie CIO told us that his mother's an example of someone who might buy a Bitcoin ETF. Someone, a head of a research firm, Delphi Digital, tweeted at me yesterday that all these ETF issuers have teams of people incentivized to call their parents and grandparents to talk up Bitcoin. Does that ring true to you? Is that how it works when a new ETF is launched?
Look, here's the thing that everyone needs to keep in mind. We are about investor access, and we are about providing investors access to every corner of the market in whichever type of investment vehicle the clients are after. And we know that millions of Americans, in fact, more than 43 million investors today have entrusted us to gain market access through our ETFs. And so we're incredibly excited about the quality that we can deliver in an ETF, about the convenience that we can deliver in an ETF, and also this new avenue of access for our investors.
For sure. I think everybody pictures BlackRock as kind of the premier sort of ETF issuer, and that's where there's a lot of narrative building in the crypto community about there being like a Salesforce effort. Can you give me some insight? Forgive my ignorance. How does it work? Are there like a bunch of salespeople ready to go to advisors and say, hey, go to your clients and sell them the IBIT? It's now available. Is that how it works?
Well, here's the thing. This is just day one. And what we're looking at is a very long road ahead of us in terms of investor education, in terms of investor adoption. And so what we're really focused on is supporting our clients in this space so that they can understand it, so they can understand their unique circumstances, their holding periods, their risk appetites, the unique qualities and characteristics of Bitcoin relative to the rest of their investment portfolios. So we're going to be supporting our clients. It's not just about today. It's about the weeks, the months, and the years to come.
Okay, that makes sense. Thinking about support. So when I hear the crypto people saying that like BlackRock's going to start pushing a new spot ETF, is that how you would describe it?
This is really about coming alongside our clients, providing that access, providing that choice, providing that investor education so that they can be empowered to make those financial decisions that are right for them.
Makes sense. Thanks a lot, Rachel. Appreciate your time.
Thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely. Rachel Aguirre from BlackRock.